And for our speakers for today, let me introduce, if anyone has been here for the first time, we have Dr. Shwetank Agarwal, who's been with us before as well. And Dr. Shwetank Agarwal is a cardiac anesthesiologist and intensivist and practices in South Carolina. He has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for the last 20 years. And we also have Dr. Kala Younger, who's director of Peace Village, which is our retreat center in upstate New York, and also is a regional coordinator of Brahma Kumaris in United States. So now let's hear it from both of them, Dr. Shwetank and Dr. Kala.
Om Shanti. Good evening. Greetings of peace to everyone. I hope you can hear me. Am I okay? Yes.
Yes, very well.
So it's really our pleasure to have you all with us, some of you almost every week, and some of you joining whenever you can. We've had this for a few weeks when we knew that the conditions in the world outside, let alone in the healthcare field, but in the entire universe actually, was very, very unstable, and we need a stabilizing few moments, at least in the week, to get us grounded, get us centered. And so we have been doing these meditations. And I think for those of you who have been attending, especially the last few sessions, we have really tried to drive home our basic stabilizing concept, actually, that we are living energy, we are conscient energy, we are spirit. And as soon as you turn your direction of thoughts towards that, it already makes a big difference in terms of how you feel. So hopefully some of you have been trying this, at your own time, in your own place. And our intention is to continue going deeper into these concepts, especially in terms of experiencing them through these sessions. So I'm really happy to have you. I do think there is quite a few new ones here, and maybe we can just see a show of hands or somehow acknowledge all of you who are joining us for the first time. Would you be able to? Yeah, I see Julie. I see Naina. Yes, first time here. Those of you who have the video, it's easy to get your hand. And you have Martha, old friend of ours. Sandeep Kumar is here also for the first time. Very nice, very nice. Warm welcome to all of you. So we'll go right on to listening to Dr. Shwetank, and I'll see you, I'll meet with you a little bit towards the end of the session as well. Warm welcome. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good evening. Namaste to everyone. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Kala, and thank you, Dr. Neha, as well. And I honestly feel it almost like a family now, seeing many of the familiar faces, familiar names, and today we see some new faces. But when I think of the word family, the feeling that comes in my mind is of fun. Yeah, and with fun, the thought comes that there should be movies. Not really a movie, but today I wanted to start my presentation with a short clip, which I will show to you in a moment. So, but this is a very meaningful clip, very meaningful movie as such. This is from the Kung Fu Panda Part 1, and this is a scene between Shipu and Master Oogway. And it seems as if Shipu has not really been able to find his Zen, whereas Master Oogway really is there. And in fact, he's almost about to take up samadhi, if you will. And he shares some words of wisdom, which I'm sure you will enjoy. And I request you to watch it very intently, this profound wisdom that is being shared in this movie clip. There. Yeah. Enjoyed the movie clip. I've had the chance to watch this clip many times over. I use this often in some of the workshops that I do. But before we go on to the wisdom that Ugwe shared, if you just focus on the behavior of Shibu, what do you think he was doing? Yeah. The word that comes in my mind is he's catastrophizing what is happening to him or what is happening to that land. That so and so is the bad guy, the evil guy who has somehow escaped from the prison and coming to take over the kingdom, and he's scared. In a way, maybe it is a big deal, yeah, but often we find ourselves catastrophizing even the smallest things. Yeah, do you agree? Yeah, sometimes things which could be truly small, we make them huge, almost unmanageable. We catastrophize things at home and take that negative energy to work and ruin the day for the co-workers around us. Yeah? And sometimes we catastrophize things at work and bring that negative energy from there to home and ruin the day for our loved ones at home. And I remember the reason why I got so focused on that was I remember there was a time in my life I used to catastrophize a lot too. In fact, I can call myself a master catastrophizer. If there is any word like that, maybe I invented it. But in any case, you know, we make big things, big deals out of small things. And I have been a student of Brahma Kumaris for some time. And I was already a student, and I realized that I needed to do something because I could feel one day it was just this epiphany, you know, like a Damascene moment. Yeah, the aha moment I had that if I don't stop doing it, it's eventually going to destroy me because I realized that it is like a tsunami of chemicals that gets secreted from the brain, as if the whole of the body begins to melt in the soup of those strong chemicals. And I realized I don't want to do that. And I'm sure at some point you have felt the same. But look at it now from, and I want to share this because when I started to explore the Raj Yoga meditation body of knowledge that we have received in Brahma Kumaris, I realized that it is all up to us, our perception. We can make the smallest thing into a big mountain, the biggest mountain to a real tiny thing. It's all up to us. But you think about it, even if it is a big problem, let me take you on a journey, yeah, to show you how, even if it's a big problem, it really is very small. So let's for a little bit become creative. Let's go into, say, the Star Trek era for a little bit. Feel as if you have your own special spaceship. Yeah, and in that special spaceship, you have your spacesuit and whatever, and you're sitting. You've just gotten into it. And don't worry about the gasoline and all. You know, think of it as in a limitless, unlimited gasoline in it, some sort of hydrogen motor or whatever. And now you sit in it and you start to rise up. You're taking off. And as you take off, you see the problem inside your house or maybe in your hospital, workplace, wherever. As you're rising up, yeah, you see the problem is getting smaller, smaller. As you go even further, you know, the house or the hospital is looking so tiny. Yeah, and then yeah, it's like a small part of the big city, the big town that you live in, maybe the whole state. Yeah, maybe the whole of the country. You can see the whole of the country now. You've risen so much and see yourself rising even further, higher and higher, till you see the entire planet. And you can't even see your town, you can't even see your house. Now go even further, you have beyond all these planets of the solar system to the edge of our solar system, if you will, and see how tiny the earth looks, like a tiny, tiny marble maybe. Then go further to the edge of the Milky Way, yeah, our galaxy, and the numerous solar systems that we have. You can't even see where the Earth is. Now go even beyond the Milky Way to the edge of the universe, if there is. Yeah, and from there, you can see all the galaxies, maybe hundreds of thousands of galaxies. I don't know how many there are in the universe, but there you can't even see the Earth, and definitely you can't see the problem. See, it depends on how you look at it. If you look at the problem very closely, then it becomes big, it feels big. But as you step back, that's what I've realized is stepping back helps me see the problem in its real sense and not to catastrophize it. But now, if you go into what Ugwe was mentioning, there are two things which really touched me. Yeah, but two keywords, if you will. One is letting go or let go, and the other is belief. Yeah, if you bring these two words together, yeah, what can we say? Let go of your old limiting beliefs. And then what do we do with those, right? Yeah, trash them away and create new. But really, I understood that all the beliefs that I had created for myself are, of course, limiting, but they are not truth. The truth is the truth. Beliefs are not truth. Beliefs are simply figments of our imagination. And if I think of it, one of the biggest misconception, if we have, if you will, yeah, the belief that we have is this I, who am I, the distorted I. Yeah, on one hand, we have this big egotistical, often narcissistic, solipsistic I, right, that we take with us to work all the time. Yeah, that it tells that, oh, I'm so and so, I'm the director of this place, I am the chief, I am the author, I'm a researcher, yeah, I have so many people working under me. Yeah, it's endless. Is that who really I am? Yeah. And this is one, but the other, paradoxically very close, but it seems opposite, is the self-deflating I. Yeah, the I of failures, the I of lack of self-worth, the I of not being enough. Yeah, that feels as if I get this next promotion, if I become the professor, then maybe I'll feel good enough. Or maybe if I become the director, maybe I become the chair, maybe I'm able to get this research grant, then I'll feel good enough. Maybe I come into the who's who of all the doctors of the world. Yeah, that's when I'll really feel good. But is that the true I? Who is this true I? What is this true I? Who am I really? And that Raj Yoga made it so clear for me that I'm simply a soul, tiny soul, a point of light, point of pure consciousness. But at the same time, I am uh, the life force that has infinite worth, that has infinite capacity, that has unlimited potential. That I am a child of God with worth that cannot be quantified in any way or sense. That I don't need to prove myself to anyone or anybody in this whole planet. Yeah, that I don't need something in the external world to make me feel whole and complete. I'm already full, I'm already whole, I'm already complete. That was the epiphany. That was the true Damascene moment for me. And yeah, the other belief that we have is that we have control, right? If you remember, Ugwe used the word, the illusion of control. Yes, control is also, yeah, a figment of our imagination. If you think of it, what do we really have control over? There is this picture that somebody shared in Facebook or in WhatsApp and all that, and it was of a yogi, a monk sitting, and what was written was, relax, nothing is in your control. Yeah. Normally we would say, relax, everything is in your control, but no, relax, nothing is in our control. And I again want to take everyone to a little bit of a journey. Come with me. Let me take you out into the garden, into nature. You see the trees, the beautiful nature. all of these, I go out and I am astonished as to how many different shades of green there are, how many different shades of colors there are to these flowers, and even birds. There's this beautiful cardinal. I recently came to know cardinal is the state bird of South Carolina. Such an amazingly beautiful bird, red colored, and this gorgeous looking bird. And you think of this, what did you create? What did I, let me put it back to myself. I talk to myself and say, did I put colors to the feathers of that bird? Did I put colors to the petals of the flowers, to the leaves? Yeah, or the sky is so beautifully blue. And sometimes I see in the evening, it has such lovely colors. It's not just blue, it's purple and all that. Did I put colors there? Look at the rainbow sometimes, when I look at it and I'm like, how can something so beautiful be created with zero contribution from me? Yeah, and if you look at from day to night, from say the change from spring to summer to autumn to winter, yeah, irrespective of what you want, what you do, it will always change when it is supposed to change. Flowers blossom when they need to blossom. The peach, as Ugwe was saying, yeah, Master Ugwe, the peach tree will blossom only when it is the right time for it to blossom, yeah, and to give fruits. Yeah, you can try, you can do whatever you want in this whole universe, but there is truly so little in our control. What we truly have control over is our inner world, my response to what is happening in the outer world. That's all I have control over. So instead of me trying to change things in the outer world, and one day, I don't know how it was happening. I was kind of in front of my mirror and I was trying to comb my hair, and this again an aha moment that whatever I'm doing to myself is what is happening to my image. Yeah, if I try to fix the hair for my image that is in the mirror, I will never be able to do it. All I have to do is to fix my hair here, and the image will also be fixed. Yeah, but what happens to all of us, and especially we in healthcare, we love to fix things. Yeah, I hope you agree. Or maybe I am the only one, but I I realize that this whole desire to fix. I cannot fix the outer world. I cannot fix this. This outer world is merely a reflection of my inner world. If I fix myself, I can fix the outer world. Yeah. So with this a little bit of my insights that I gained with the practice of Raj Yoga meditation, yeah, I wanted to share with all of you. And with this, I give it back to Dr. Kala, who will take this forward with a beautiful meditation commentary as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Agarwal. You've given us a lot of material and matter. Are you hearing my echo? Yeah.
It's okay now.
We can hear you.
So thank you once again. A lot to think about. And basically what I took from you is that we have this huge ability to add depth to our thinking. Usually our thoughts are on the superficial level about things, about people, about events, but you've really taken us to think deeper. About what is behind it all, what drives it all, if at all. What's out there? And what's inside of me? Who's bigger? The world out there, or the world that I hold deep within? my world, the world within, is so rich and so varied and so adaptable. I might have been used to seeing things in a particular way in the past, but knowing now that change is a way of life, let me look within and draw on that ability that I have to let go, and to seek new ways of looking and seeing and believing. When I say that something has come to an end, perhaps it is the beginning of something. When I see that it's dark, dark outside, perhaps it's only going to give way to the dawn, the sunrise. So what I'm doing is I'm shifting focus. I'm shifting my support system. And I'm therefore creating a new experience for myself. By turning in, by acknowledging myself as a being of energy, power, pure intention. By remembering that this is who I am, not only am I turning my inside world totally around, but I'm also setting in motion the outside world to change in small ways perhaps, but yet in sure ways. This is the way of life. What I am inside has to reflect outside eventually. So let us all collectively hold this idea for the next week, perhaps. Every time I come across a situation or an incident or a person that shakes me a little bit, that I look at and say, wow, what a catastrophe. Let me remind myself, who's bigger? What's happening out there, or myself, my own state of mind? If I feel small, let me rise and let me get big bigger than what's out there. Let my belief, my power, my stability be a message for myself and all around me. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Dr. Kala. That was a wonderful meditation experience. Just want to say that as a take-home message, Dr. Kanishta actually came up with a mnemonic for what we talked about today, and the meditation experience was BLS, and I'm sure all of you are BLS certified. So if not, then you get the certification now. So B stands for belief. Believe in yourself and believe in the intelligence of the universe, which is far bigger than we can imagine. Higher consciousness of God, however you want to look at it. L would stand for let go. Let go of your own limiting beliefs. Let go of the illusion of control. And S would be stop catastrophizing. Thank you. Om Shanti.
So thank you again, and thanks to all. One thing that we have realized is that we don't get to hear from you a whole lot. We do hope that we'll get to do that very soon, one of these days. But if in the meantime you have something valuable to share with us, the chat box is there. Sorry that we've run a little bit out of time, but we'd love to hear from you, your experience in a word or a challenge or a question, and especially something that you would like to hear about in our sessions in the future. If you have something in your mind, please put that down in the chat box. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you and have a good night. And next week we are changing the time as per everyone's request. So we are 8 o'clock we start, but the session is going to be 45 minutes instead of 30 minutes. So we'll see everyone next week. And until then, we'll practice our BLS. Believe in self and the higher power, letting go and stop catastrophizing. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you. Good night.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you. Good night. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.